The bell that marked morning assembly chimed through the vast corridors of Orlon Interstellar Academy, its silvery echo weaving between glass-veined walls and floating stairways. Students of a dozen species drifted, stomped, slithered, or glided toward their stations. Among them walked a girl who tried to make herself as small as possible. Alira of the Varin was delicate even by her people's standards. Her wings, soft, translucent things patterned like starlit petals, shimmered faintly with each timid step. And just as predictably as the morning light filtering through the academy dome, 3 towering Raxo males intercepted her path. Raxo were built like living boulders, broad, bristled, and always a little too eager to prove their dominance. Their leader, Drogvath, cracked his knuckles with ritualistic anticipation. "Morning, little moth," he rumbled. Alira's wings trembled. Everyone knew the routine. The Raxo believed Varine wings were symbols of arrogance, and so, each morning, they made it their personal crusade to snap, twist, or crush them. It wasn't lethal. Varine wings healed by the next sunrise. But the pain? The humiliation? Those lingered. "Just please let me pass," she whispered. Dr. Ogjivath grinned, revealing serrated teeth. One of his lackeys grabbed Alira by the arms, and another reached for her wings, and then someone who wasn't afraid of the 3 walking earthquakes. "Touch her wings," the voice said, "and I'll touch your faces." With velocity, the Raxel turned. Standing behind them was a human girl, short, wiry, unarmored, unenhanced yet with a posture that radiated the baffling human confidence that had confused half the galaxy for centuries. Her name was Myra Cade. "First-year exchange student from the Terran Confederation," Drogvath snorted. "A human? The species that can't fly, can't lift, can't regenerate? You think you can threaten us?" "Threat?" Myra shrugged. "Nah, that was a promise." A crowd formed, students expecting the usual outcome of humans, confronting larger species, defeat via physics. Myra stepped closer, hands in pockets, as casual as if asking for directions. "Let the girl go." The Raxel didn't. And the moment they didn't, the universe pivoted slightly. Myra moved first. Terrestrial martial arts weren't meant for polite company. They were meant for wars humans never asked for but always finished. And while the Raxo were strong, they were slow, glacial compared to Myra's reflexes. Sharpened by Earth's high-gravity upbringing, she ducked beneath a sweeping arm, pivoted, and slammed her palm into a pressure point beneath Drogvath's ribs. Nothing broke, nothing needed to, but the force made him stagger back, gasping. Confused that something so small could make him move, gasps rippled through the crowd. Myra wasn't done. The second bully lunged. Myra sidestepped, hooked her foot behind his, and redirected his momentum so he face-planted with a reverberating thud. The third reached for her throat, and she casually swatted his hand aside before tapping his jaw with a perfectly angled strike that sent him sprawling. Dazed but intact, she hadn't broken bones. She hadn't drawn blood. She didn't need to, but the shock on their faces? Priceless. You shouldn't be able to do that, Drogvath sputtered, recovering his breath. "You shouldn't bully people," Myra replied. Yet here we are, all doing things we shouldn't. The Raxil retreated, more flustered than injured. The crowd murmured, some amazed, some horrified, some recording for Academy gossip channels. Myra ignored them and walked toward Alira, offering a gentle smile. "You okay?" Alira nodded, though her wings still quivered. Why did you help me?" Myra blinked. "Because you needed help." The simplicity of the statement seemed to confuse the Varine girl. Empathy, she'd learned, varied wildly across species. Rarely had it been delivered so bluntly. "I'm Myra," the human continued. "If they bother you again, tell me." Alira hesitated. "You would protect me again?" Myra shrugged. "Yeah, humans have this weird instinct about bullies. We break them back." Word of the incident spread across the academy within hours. Some species admired Myra's courage. Others dismissed it as human impulsiveness. The faculty, long frustrated with cross-species conflicts, issued a mild reprimand but no punishment. After reviewing security footage, they decided Myra had acted in defense, not aggression. Alira, however, carried something new the next morning: hope, but the bullies carried something new. 2. Pride wounded enough to make them reckless. As Alira stepped through the morning corridor, she saw the Raxil trio again. Their glares burned, but this time Drogvath didn't smirk. He looked angry. "You made us a joke," he growled. "Humans think they're superior now." Alira stepped back. "Please, I didn't do anything." They advanced anyway, and then a voice called from behind them. "You boys ever get tired of repeating yesterday's bad decisions?" Myra, she stepped beside Alira, arms crossed. But this time she didn't look like she intended to fight. Instead, her tone held a bored patience. "You know," she said, "humans have this thing called escalation. You hurt someone, we respond. You hurt them again, we respond harder. And if you keep going—" She shrugged. "Well, we invent creative solutions." "What kind of solutions?" One Raxil sneered. Myra grinned. "The kind that involves teachers, diplomats, your parents, disciplinary councils, and a very long list of people with authority and zero tolerance for bullying." The Raxil hesitated. Myra continued. "See, yesterday I fought you. But today? Today I'm civilized. Today I file reports." It was the most terrifying sentence any student had ever heard. Raxil hate official reports. Humans, however, love documentation almost as much as they love punching. "We're done," Myra said. "You touch her again, your entire clan gets involved. And trust me, my species negotiates like it fights." The bullies looked at each other, calculating, bristling, defeated. They retreated. For good. Alira exhaled shakily. "You didn't even fight them this time." "I didn't have to," Myra replied. "Humans prefer peace. We're not violent by nature, we're reactive. Push us and we push back. Push someone we care about." Her expression softened. "And we move planets." Alira blinked. "You care about me?" Myra shrugged awkwardly. "Well, yeah. We're classmates. And friends if you want." Alira's wings fluttered in a gentle, luminous ripple, the Varine equivalent of a smile. "I would like that very much." In the weeks that followed, no one touched Alira. Myra didn't need to hover near her. The Raxil avoided her on instinct alone. And for the first time since enrolling, Alira walked the academy corridors with wings held high. Shining unapologetically, students whispered about the human girl who fought giants and the Varine girl who learned to stand tall beside her. Some called it reckless. Some called it foolish, but Alira called it something else entirely. She called it kindness. And across the stars, in 1,000 HFY tales, kindness had always been humanity's sharpest weapon.